This is Lee Selby, Lightning Lee Selby, and you're watching Boxing Domination.
It's Mohim for Boxing Domination. I'm joined by Hobley here at the O2. How's it going?
Not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too
Good.
bad. Obviously, you've had your last fight against
Yep.
Ricky Parker. Didn't really go the way sort of wanted it. He's retired now.
Yeah.
Talk to me, what's life right now saying?
Yeah, it's just everyday life, and I'm boxing in a week's time today. So back at home, I haven't boxed at home for 2.5 years. So I was a boxer by trade before I took up bare knuckle. So it's just part of me boxing. So yeah, like a step in fight now, and hopefully I'll be back in September. So just waiting for some news. Waiting for, as Mickey's retired, the world title's vacant again. So who knows? I believe that after the last fight, like I say, everybody says I was winning the fight up until it got stopped, but you don't win a bare knuckle until the final bell's gone. Because one shot changes everything. So and that's exactly what happened. So you don't win anything until you've actually won it. But we see what Jim and Joe says. I say this is the best bare knuckle company in the country, probably in the world at the minute. So we just keep on moving forward. There's some big names here tonight fighting. There's my weight division fighting tonight. So who knows? It's exciting times. So
Obviously, you've just cornered Simon.
yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his last
Simon
name.
Sinkovic.
Yeah. You just done that. You got the victory.
Yeah.
Brilliant win.
Yeah.
You boxed really well. Talk to me. Give me
Yeah.
a verdict. What was your thoughts on his performance?
Well, Simon was due to fight Eric Olsen, who was one of my previous opponents for a world title that I won. Simon come over to watch the fighting, and somebody pulled out yesterday, so he took the fight. He didn't even have no gear with him, so they've had to go and buy him boots, gum shield, shorts for him to fight today. And I was due to corner him anyway. With Eric, I'm not the most experienced coach. There's other people more experienced. So there's another lad that I know, Martin Peppersmith. He stepped in, and actually real cornered him with Sammy with the cuts. I was just giving a bit of motivation to him, telling him how the fight leads bare knuckle. So I was 4 fights in now, and that was his second. So it proved to be good enough for him tonight. So and he's a warrior himself. He's got an MMA background, so he's used to fighting. So he stepped in, took the fight. He's here with his 14-year-old daughter, and he goes home with the win. So he's 1-1 now. But yeah, and he's still in my weight division. But that's the thing with bare knuckle. Everybody's the camaraderie in this sport is massive. So generally we're all friends, and we get on with each other. There's a certain few people that don't want to say any names or anything, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
Obviously, talking about you,
Yeah.
I don't really know much about you, so the stuff that you're telling me right now is very new.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly new to.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I'm still trying to, learn more and more. I want to know what got you into bare knuckle boxing, and first and foremost, what got you into boxing?
Yeah.
Talk to me about your amateur
Well,
days.
I had an amateur background, but I got a tumour as a kid in my hand, which wouldn't allow me to fight anymore. So as a child, I think I started boxing at 12, and I was always keen. A lot of my friends had boxed, my family, my uncles were a great flyweight champion of Great Britain, schoolboys, ABAs, and my father was a fighter, and fighting's been in my family, and even when I was at school, back this, I'm nearly 40 now, so as a kid, I've been fighting all my life really. So, I took up boxing seriously about 7 years ago again, and the unlicensed scene back at Bournemouth is absolutely massive. So, started boxing, and it's just a natural thing for me to fight, And when COVID hit, obviously there was no unlicensed boxing going on. So the second lockdown show in Bolton, 3-4 days before, somebody pulled out. I phoned Jim. I was like, I'll have that fight, and it turned out, and it was for against Rob Cunningham, and I've never seen him before. He was 6'8", he was 20 odd stone, so I turned up at 18 stone. I was like, so you're a big man, but I was due to fight on the stand-in on a prize fight, a heavyweight prize fighter. So they'd already had the fighters, so I was coming just to get warmed up, get ready for a fight in case somebody pulled out. I've been trying for a year leading up to get onto the promotion, because back home you've obviously got CJ Mills, who's fighting tonight, quality fighter, real quality. He's going to go on and win more things. And there's a couple of other fighters that were back here in Bournemouth, so just followed suit. A couple of lads from my gym were doing the bare knuckle, and it was a natural thing as soon as COVID hit that if I could jump in and get a fight, I did, and I beat Rob Cunningham, Charlie Milner. I knocked out in 19 seconds, so I think I still hold the quickest knockout in the heavyweight division. Not forgetting, these are big. Charlie's rated the top 10 MMA fighters in the country, so knocking him out 19 seconds, and I'm only 5'10" and I'm a podgy little heavyweight back then. But then I dropped down to cruiserweight to fight Eric. I won my first world title, third fight in. I think there was only 3 of us that were world champions within 3 fights. You got Anthony Holmes, Dan Chapman, and me. Unfortunately, my first defence against my very good mate Mickey, I got stopped in the 4th round due to an injury, due to a punch injury, not just any injury. So no excuses. I've always said leading up to that, it's me and Mickey had been sparring. We've sparred for years. We're like 2 peas in a pod really. We just live in different areas. He's from Portsmouth, I'm from Bournemouth, and to lose to him was no shame, So it was an honour really to share Mickey's last fight with him, and like I say, he's beat the best, and you got to fight the best to be the best, don't you? I just come short that night, so picked up a couple of shots, and even though it was my best performance, I boxed really well during that fight. My best fight, but it is what it is. And no shame coming from me. This is bare knuckle boxing. You don't fuck around. You pick up injuries, And I've got away with my first 3 fights. I got away with injury free really. So then 4th, got like my tooth knocked out, come through my lip, nose done, eye closed. But if you start bare knuckle boxing and think you're not going to pick up any injuries, then you're an idiot. So no, it is what it is. So
it's like the night you won your world title.
Yeah.
I saw you at the North Greenwich station because I was going home, and I was like,
right.
do I speak to Carl or do I not? Because I saw you
cut. When I got home, I had 12 stitches in my cut. But it's the first time I've ever been cut in any fight. I mean, I've been boxing. What have I had now? 14 fights in, even unlicensed. That was only my 2nd loss. So, it is what it is. I'm a humble person. I don't lose. I learn because I love the sport. So, I've met some really, really good people during the sport. So I'm honoured. I'm honoured I fight for the best company there is. So yeah.
Talking about fights from Bournemouth, Chris Smith is here now. Was in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He's about to fight in Bournemouth for the first time.
Is that happening? I'm not too sure.
That's so Tommy McCarthy fight. So,
right.
Apparently Eddie Hearn had said.
Yeah.
He did say in the interview that if he gets through Tommy McCarthy.
Yeah, the 2nd fight, obviously. Yeah.
And then the next fight will be in Bournemouth.
I mean, Chris is like the pride of Bournemouth. He really is.
Yeah.
Because what he's done for boxing in our town. Like I say, boxing in Bournemouth is thriving. It's absolutely massive. The unlicensed scene, amateur scene, is massive. My gym, where I train Handerstone's amateur gym, they've got some wonderful young kids. Steve Liddell, Haley, Paul Ralph, the coaches there. Just quality people. So we are. Bournemouth itself is going to be put on the map with people like Chris. So there's another couple of other boxers. Lee Cutler's Southern Area champion. So there's some quality lads back home. So bare knuckles getting bigger. I'm 39 in a couple of days. I've got a year left before I retire. So I found the sport a bit too late, and it's a shame really. But we keep on plodding on until we're old enough to retire. So
as far as like Glenn McCrory, who's had a very successful boxing career, but he was hard done by the people that was around him.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now he's been doing work with Sky Sports, he's been doing work with Fight Zone, BKB, Fight TV. Is that your plan after boxing?
I'm just a humble person. I just want to help other people, and the worry for me is because I love training, I love the gym. I just want to keep active, help other people to progress with their boxing. So I wouldn't say I'm going to be a coach, but I'll always be in the gym, always spar the lads that need sparring. I love boxing, so if I can help other people, then I will. I wouldn't say so much I'm going to be a coach. I've got a family, I've got my daughter that I'm going to enjoy some time with. Just enjoy life. Boxing's been a massive part of my life, and it's a selfish sport. There's nobody wants to get up at 4 in the morning and go running. Nobody wants to get in the ring and get punched, especially with no gloves on. But it's been an honour. It's been a privilege to help people a lot. I do a lot for charity, so I give money to charity, and there's people who have been helped for what I've done, and I have people come from Bournemouth. I bring 100 people up from Bournemouth, and we have a good night. That's what it's about, isn't it? Having fun. So
You know what? I must say, this has been my favourite interview
Yeah.
I've done.
Thank you.
Two of my most favourite interviews have been you and Dan Chapman.
Yeah.
And I can
Dan's a
say,
quality boxer, isn't he? You know, fantastic to watch, isn't he? Not the Indian spice, mate. He brings spice to everything he does, mate. He is, he's an absolute quality person as well. So, you know.
Like his last fight was my first ever fight.
Yeah.
Bars the O2.
Mate, amazing.
7 rounds outboxed.
People don't respect boxing, and when you look at Dan Chapman, he is a quality operator, and everything he does, they say he ran. I don't believe he ran. I believe he boxed a smart fight. He didn't get hit much, did he? You know, Dan has fought the best. He's fought for the country, hasn't he? Boxed the Olympics, European Games, things like that. So yeah, it's quality operator, mate. It's been a privilege to box on the same show as people like him. So
yeah, that's it.
Lovely.
Please, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself.
Is there any message you've got for?
Nah, just you know, everybody should have a look at bare knuckle because it's growing. It's massive, fastest growing combat sport in the world at the minute. BKB, TM are right up there with the best. So enjoy yourself, guys.
Thanks so much. Mate.
Cheers.